The Inver Stone, weighing in a crushing 265 pounds or 120 kilograms, has challenged lifters for centuries. A granite boulder born from the Highlands, it is a part of Scotland's rich tradition of manhood stones, used to test the strength and mettle of warriors, farmers and labourers alike. And so began the drive north from Edinburgh to Braemar, and whilst we're on our merry way, I thought I would share with you some of the history of this stone, as that is ultimately what makes the rich heritage of Scottish stone lifting so incredible. The stone's history dates back to the 17th century, where men would lift the stone in an ad hoc competition at the inn just to entertain themselves. Then from the mid-18th to early 19th century, the stone was a weight for measuring corn and wheat, explaining the engraving on the side. After falling out of use as a measuring weight, it was once again used as a lifting stone, though it might not have been lifted often. It was sat outside the Inver cottage from the early 20th century until 2021. June Richard at the inn started the guest book in 2005, which you will see later on, and was keeper of the stone for 40 years until she sadly passed away in 2020. Following her passing, the Inver Stone was relocated to the Braemar Highland Games Centre about 7 miles away in July 2021. The Inver Stone was used in a competition in Glasgow in 1963, influencing the creation of the McGlashan stones. Athletes would lift these 4 stone balls onto whiskey barrels in successive weights. The McGlashan stones eventually became an event at World's Strongest Man in 1986, this time featuring a 5th stone. Over time, the McGlashan stones were replaced with concrete stones, evolving into the Atlas Stone event that the sport is now famous for. And I was actually taught to do by the World's Strongest Man himself. So weird.
Not like this.
So hard to trust. Cut to 6 shots or me picking this up off the floor 750 quid later. It survived, and you can all tell me how it looks. 5 degrees. Fuck. Oh, is that
That was a wedding dress as well.
is that a wedding dress as well? Is that my wife's wedding dress alongside my freshly dry cleaned kilt? Well, the good thing is that because this is actually so tight on me, it actually functions in and of itself as a belt.
It's like a little walk to get in urn as well.
Yeah. In the red corner. Today I'm taking on one of the most iconic strength challenges in Scotland, the Inver Stone. It's been a rite of passage for strongman throughout the ages, and I'm here to see if I can do the same. Alright, the Inver Stone sits at 265 pounds or 120 kilos, and there are 6 ways in which you can move it. Number 1 is getting wind beneath the stone. Number 2 is getting it to your lap. Number 3 is chesting the stone. Number 4 is getting it to that barrel just there. Number 5 is getting it to your shoulder. And number 6 is pressing it. And given that the first person to do that was Bill Kazmaier and the last person to do that was Luke Stoltman, I'm going to write myself off for number 6. But today's aim, potentially, is to see if I can achieve number 5. That is feeling incredibly heavy, I must admit. First things first, it's about feeling the weight of the stone, getting a feel for the grip, its roughness, where the weight sits, and then understanding how best to get it off the ground. So fingers crossed, I can do exactly that. Hands cold. I've got a callus hanging on for dear life. I'll get there next. So I was under pressure there, but the main thing is I've got to rotate it around because I just don't have the wingspan to get around it. So I've got to try and flip it. Actually, I could even try and pick it up. Oh, that'll be easier. Yes, that'll be easier. I'll try and pick it up widthways rather than lengthways. See, this is why I love stone lifting, because it's like a game of stress. Game of chess, I meant to say, but it is also very much a game of stress. It's really quite tough with how cold my hands are, actually. End of my fingertips are going numb. Should have brought a big pair of mittens. Let's get serious. What a cliche. Taking off a layer to symbolise seriousness. It's like sitting forward in a game of FIFA.
I'm going to start trying now. I can, funnily enough, start to actually feel fatigue setting in a bit already. It's so much fun playing around with it, knowing that the first time you pick it up versus the next time you pick it up, God, I'm going purple. You're just going to feel the weight completely differently. So the Inver Stone is known as one of the manhood stones, and I've actually previously lifted one of the other manhood stones in the past, the Dinny stones. Barrel to stone tick, that is 4 from 4 as it stands. I did drive up here with the slight optimistic hope that I'd maybe be able to go 5 for 5. Pressing it overhead was never going to happen unless I gained 40 kilos or so, and a whole load of strength that isn't currently there. So whilst it might feel like a real victory getting this right here, the battle is yet to come. If I'm shouldering this, I probably want to do it here so that it's semi-flat and I've got like a bit of a splash zone, so to speak. Okay. Mispositioned it. That belt's fucking horrible. Just folds my stomach over the top of it, so it doesn't feel very nice. Caught me off guard. You know what, that's gonna put me off. Fuck the belt. Raw. That was the best pickup I've had yet though. Main concern now is I don't want to rush attempting any of this because I've only got so much power left in me before I just drop off and don't have this. I think this is possible for me, so it's only me that can fuck it up. If this video gets 2,000 likes, I'll fly over to Iceland and give the Inver Stone a go with a couple of months of specific prep. Now, doesn't that sound fun? Okay, that was hard. That took a lot from me there as well. I'm going to struggle to just really get that full range to the top to be able to get under it. Let's see.
Taking on challenges like the Inver Stone is about having strength and control all over your body, and that starts with your foundation, your feet. For the past 5 years, I've been using Vivo Barefoot for all of my strength training needs to give myself a rock solid foundation for all of my lifts. I get the feeling of being connected to the ground, remove all foam or cushioning that can create an unstable base, and remove any drop height that can pitch me forwards, removing some of the strength of my posterior chain. Wide, thin, and flexible, as well as zero drop, providing me with all of the grip and protection that I could need. Because let's be honest, anything other than a pair of steel cap boots won't be saving my feet from the Inver Stone if things went south. Alongside providing a stable base for your strength training and or picking up some heavy, awkwardly shaped rocks, according to a study that came out of Liverpool University in 2021 from Chris DeHoot and the gang, it's linked just down below, you can increase your foot strength by up to 60% by simply using a pair of these bad boys for daily activity. And for those interested, that was measured through maximum isometric plantar flexion strength at the metatarsalangeal joints and foot biometrics. So you can literally make gains just by existing in a pair of these alongside your training in the gym or in the Highlands next to a large barrel, in my case. If you want to go and grab yourself a pair that is much cleaner than these, because this is the actual pair I used to lift the stone in that muddy grass, then use the code FCrawley20 to get yourself 20% at checkout.
Yep. Come on.
Come on.
Yep.
Yes. Fucking yes. I didn't see that coming. Oh, that was tough. A formal apology to Scottish history in the Inver Stone, because I very much wanted that to land on the crash mat. But that was a very, very demanding rep where fatigue kind of took over a little bit. So now that I've got that out of the way, I am absolutely buzzing with that. That is a fantastic representation of why I absolutely love this. And I've been lifting a barbell for years. I've been lifting dumbbells for years. That is a big rock that has come from this environment. We had a crowd of Germans. It's in its little own octagon, like I'm going head to head in the ring versus Mr. Inver. Got it to the barrel. There's a crash mat here. This is fun. Adult PE. That's what this is all about. about. It's why I love training, it's why I enjoy this, and I'm so thrilled to have built up years of strength training that I managed to hold on to amidst everything else, to be able to do fun shit like that. If I was to summarise today, it would be with the 6 S's: strength, stones, Scotland, setting, self-doubt, and sex appeal. Was that 6? Strength, stones, self-doubt, Scotland, setting, sex appeal.
Definitely self-doubt.
And so my journey with the Inver Stone comes to an end, and it has been that, a journey, but not just for me, but for the history and the heritage of the stone, and for hundreds of people to different levels all over the world. Manchester, Oldham, Troon, California, Somerville, Birmingham, and most importantly, and there we have it, the Inver Stone. What a process that was. My lower back is kind of spasming. But anyway, that's today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have done, please make sure to like, comment with your thoughts, feelings, and or suggestions down below, and make sure that you have hit subscribe as we head into season number 4 of the Wintering, focused on bringing to life my training in settings like this one. And finally, remember that you can get yourself 20% off at Vivo Barefoot with the code FCrawley20, so that you too can have a firm and stable base if you decide to lift anything, in fact. And if it happens to be a heavy natural stone, then please send me a video, as I would love to see it. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye, Inver Stone. Oh yeah, it's a rock, doesn't speak, but I'm sure it would say goodbye.